Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhisakshine. So, yesterday, first shloka. Shloka is Om Vishvam Vishnurvashatkaraha Bhūtabhāvya Prabhu bhūtakṛdādibhirguṇatantratvaṃ bhūtātmā bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Okay, now we have to see this bhūtātmā and bhūtabhāvanaḥ. We have already said bhūtakṛd, bhūtabhrud are two names and not one names. Okay, in Tamil, in Hindi, I not actually split it as, or English also, I think. I accepted as bhūtakṛd, bhūtabhrut as one name, but it is not one name. Bhagavan Bhāṣakara also accepts as two names. Bhūtakrute namaha, bhūtabhrute namaha. Okay, so namavali will also be two different namavalis. Namavali means the fourth case with Om and Namaha, that is namavali. Independent chanting during puja. Bhūtakṛd bhāvaḥ. Bhūtātmā. Okay, bhūtātmā. What is bhūtātmā? Parāshara Bhatta says, sarvesham bhūtānāṃ ātmā. So Bhagavan Bhāṣakara also says bhūtānāmātmā simply. Instead of sarvesham bhūtānāṃ ātmā. We'll understand why he says that. Okay. So sarvesham bhūtānāṃ ātmā. One who is self of all the beings. Bhagavan Bhāṣakara says self of beings. That's all. Okay. Now, beings or elements or beings. Simple. So, bhūtātmā. Bhūta normally means elements. Here, instead of elements, he understands it as a beings. Okay. Bhūtātmā. Ātmā. Since it is it should be Atman, the nakaranta shabda. Nakaranta shabda will have the ending. Nakara gets elided and the upada gets dirgha. Ātmā becomes ātmā. Okay. Then nakara gets dropped. So bhūtātmā. So in the case of consonant at the end, the fourth case will always be a with the consonant. If it is d, then de, in, ne. So here it is bhūtātman. Atman is the word. Okay. Bhūtātman. With the fourth case, bhūtātmane. Om bhūtātmane namaha. Om bhūtātmane namaha. Om bhūtātmane namaha. Okay. Bhūtātmane namaha. You should have to pronounce this word bhūta properly, because there is Tamil people, they have only one pa for pa and ba. Pa, pa, ba, ba, for everything they will have only pa, only one pa. So it is very difficult to differentiate. In Tamil they will differentiate, but in English it's very difficult to differentiate. Or in Sanskrit it is very difficult to differentiate for them. So bhūtātmā. Why I have to say this is the next shloka, the first word itself is pūtātmā. If you read it as pūtātmā here, then what will be there? Okay, so this is bhūtātmā. Bhūtātmā. Bhūtātmane namaha. That is the namavali. Om bhūtātmane namaha. Okay. Now, bhūtātmā. What does bhūtātmā mean? Bhūtānāmātmāntaryāmīti. It is, what does Parāshara Bhatta say? We have to see that. He does not say anything special. He says sarvesham bhūtānāmātmā iti bhūtātmā, and he sprinkles some pramanas to establish that bhūtātmā. So always he is sprinkling some pramana. O yam yak prativyam tishtanya ātmani tishtan, etc. Okay, there is nothing special. Sarvesham bhūtānāṃ ātmā. That is the only thing he says. He is the being of all. He is the self of all the beings. Now Bhagavan Bhāṣakara says bhūtānāmātmā antaryāmi. Instead of sarvesham, he just says bhūtāna. What is the difference? Sarvesham is a word which is not necessary because if you say bhūtānāṃ, that's a plural, so it should be sarvesham. So automatically understood. A. Or B is in Vedanta, there is no Sarvanama Shabda, there is no pronoun possible. Because there is only one self. Where can there be a pronoun? For one self, there can be no sarva, all. There can be no usage of all in one self. So, bhūtānāmātmā. Then why do you have to say bhūtānāmātmā? Still you have a problem. No, that's a kalpanika bheda. It's a imagined superimposed duality. So for those superimposed dualities, this is the ātmāntaryāmī, the indweller self. How do you know this? ātmāntaryāmyamṛtaḥ. Yesha ta ātmāntaryāmya. Ta, te, tu, te, your. Your means to Uddalaka, this is said. Oh, Uddalaka, understand. This is Yesha. This Atma we are talking about is yourself. Yesha te Atma. Antaryami. What is the greatness of this self? Antaryami, indweller in all beings. Amrtaha, it is eternal. So, this is what Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. It is śruteḥ. Okay. So, bhūtāna means anything that which has birth, anything that is born. That is bhūta. Next is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. First shloka, final name, ninth name is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Bhūtabhāvanaḥ, one name. Bhūtabhāvanaḥ, one name. Okay. So, for this, tan vardhayatīti. Sarvesham bhūtānāṃ ātmā. Sarvesham bhūtānāṃ bhūtān vardhayatīti. Vardhayati means that grows, means that nourishes. That is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. According to Parāsharvata. According to Bhavan Bhāshakara, he says, bhūtānāṃ bhāvayati, janayati, vardhayati va. Poshayati va. Janayati, vardhayati, poshayati, they are vardhayati and poshayati, they are similar. Like bhāvayati is interpreted in two different ways. Bhāvayati means janayati. Bhāvayati means poshayati or vardhayati. We'll understand this. So, Bhagavan Bhāshakara says that which creates all the beings or sustains all the beings is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. So, if you want to see the Namavali, the Namaha ending, Om, because it is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Aha. Aha means it will be āya. The fourth case will be āya. Om bhūtabhāvanāya namaḥ. Om bhūtabhāvanāya namaḥ. Om bhūtabhāvanāya namaḥ. Om bhūtabhāvanāya namaḥ. That is the Namavali. Very good. Bhashya. Bhūtāni bhāvayati. Janayati vardhayatīti va bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Bhūtāni, all the beings, that which has created existence, all the beings, bhāvayati. Bhāvayati means janayati, creates, or vardhayati, protects, grows, nourishes, is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. So, one which creates or sustains is bhūtabhāvanaḥ. So, why bhūtāni bhāvayati means janayati or vardhayati? You accept one thing. Like he says, vardhayati. Simple. Why do you have to say janayati, vardhayati? Because there is a rule in Sanskrit. Dhātūnām anekārthatvad. Dhātūnām anekārthatvad. Dhātu means the root word. Aneka means multiple. Artha means meaning. Every root word has multiple meanings. One root word does not have one single meaning. One root word have multiple meanings. So, one word can have different meanings. That's a problem. A word should mean only one thing. If it means multiple things, then that's a problem in language. No, that's the greatness of language. How can you say that? See, one absolute self has these 1,000 different names. How can one self have 1,000 different names? You didn't ask question, right? So, if one self can have 1,000 different names, we have chosen 1,000 names out of multiple, right? So, for each of these names, there can be multiple different meanings. So, we are choosing the best among them. That's the only reason here we are saying bhūtāni janayati vardhayati va. Bhūtabhāvanaḥ. Okay? Very good. Now, next. Pūtātmā. I didn't drink water in between class. Next, the shloka. I'll teach you the chanting first, then you will go to the words. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Okay. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Pūtātmā paramātmā cha. That is bhūtātmā. This is pūtātmā. Soft. Okay. Pūtātmā paramātmā cha. And muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Muktānāṃ okay. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. From the beginning. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Second line. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. When you are going to chant it closely, the visarga changes form. If it is before the pakara, it will become f or p. Okay. If it is before the shakara, it will become s or sh. Accordingly, if it is before kakara, it will become a k. Okay. Now here there is one before pakara f, then one before sakara s. Okay. So avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Next. kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Before there is this yes symbol. Yes is avagraha. Before the avagraha, if there is a O or A, though A and O are dirgha, long, we have to make it a little more longer. Though it is a long vowel, we have to make it a little more longer. We have to pronounce it a little more longer so that we understand there is a avagraha. There is without that yes pronounced, we understand there is a yes there. Okay. So kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Once more. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. From the beginning. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Bhūtānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Now. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Once more. Pūtātmā paramātmā ca. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Avyayaḥ puruṣaḥ sākṣī. Kṣetrajño'kṣara evacha. Okay. The names here: Pūtātmā, Paramātmā, Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ, Avyayaḥ, puruṣaḥ, Sākṣī, kṣetrajño'kṣara. So the cha and evacha are just to fill in the meter. A meter in a shloka should have this many characters. This is a anushtup meter. It has to have 8 characters in 16 characters per line. Okay. 8 characters per pada. There are 4 padas. So 16 plus 16, 32 characters it should have to have. 8, 8, 8, 8. So to fill in that 8, they'll add this cha, tu, etc. So eva cha and cha is also added for that reason. Some people, staunch devotees, they'll try to interpret the cha and eva cha also in a different way. There are people like that who interpret in different ways. For Bhagavan Bhashyakar, the cha, tu and all, normally he interprets that as it as a anatsakoyam nipata. This nipata, this single voweled character does not have any meaning. That is how he will interpret it. Okay? No, we will follow that. So we will only take the names and not the single eva, cha and cha, etc. And again, pūtātmā, paramātmā, muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. It's not three names, it is one name. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ is one name. We'll come to that. Okay? Pūtātmā. Pūtātmā means from the root word pui pavane, pavitra, pure. Parāśara Bhatta interprets that as śruteḥ. And Bhagavan Bhashyakara also interprets that as śruteḥ, but in a different way. Pūta, ātmā, yasya, sa pūtātmā. Okay? Or in karmadhārayo samasa, we'll come to that later. So, pūtātmā, pūta, ātmā, yasya. Pūta, pure, ātmā, self, for whom? One who has pure self, that is pūtātmā. Okay. Now, ātmā. So, the fourth case will be naturally ātmane. Okay. Pūtātmane namaha. That is the namavali. Om pūtātmane namaha. Om pūtātmane namaha. Om pūtātmane namaha. Okay. Om pūtātmane namaha. Since it is atman, in plus a, atmane. Okay. Bhāṣya. So, before starting, the connection he is bringing a connection to the previous words and this specific name. He says, bhūtakṛdādibhirguṇatantratvaṃ prāptaṃ. Tat pratiṣidhyate. See, bhūtabhāvanaḥ, bhūtātmā, bhūtabhāvanaḥ, bhūta. All bhūta means elements. Elements means they are creation of sattva, rajas and tamas. Natural. So, the self is tainted by sattva, rajas, tamas. That is the idea we have from those names. So he says, bhūtakṛdādibhirguṇatantratvaṃ, from the word bhūtakṛd, etc. guṇoparāgaḥ. This self is associate. Tantra means it is under the control of gunas. Prāptaṃ is, that is how you see it. Tat pratiṣidhyate. That is negated here. So, prāptaṃ pratiṣidhyate. The idea that you gain is negated. What is the idea? That this self is under the control of gunatraya, all the three elements, all the three gunas, sattva, raja and tama. Okay? That is negated. How? Pūtātmā, yasya sa pūtātmā. Pūtātmā. But other than śruteḥ, for pūtātmā, Parāśara Bhatta does not say anything. But wait, that's an interesting thing. Pūtātmā. So, ātmā is common. Paramātmā, jīvātmā. Ātmā is common everywhere. Okay? But still, the jīvātmā has association with the body sense organ complex, association with the other chit jada, the animate and inanimate, everything, the inert and sentient and non-sentient being, everything has a association with the self, with Vishnu. That is clear. But still, this does not have any association with the body sense organ complex. Therefore, it is called as a pūtātmā. Okay? Now, there is a difference between paramātmā and jīvātmā. Para and avara, that is the word he uses. Para means a paramātmā, avara means the jīvātmā. There is a difference between paramātmā and jīvātmā. But they are both ātmā. What is the difference? So he says, see, both ātmā, paramātmā and jīvātmā, they are same. There is no difference. But still, association with body sense organ complex is extra for jīvātmā, which is absent for the paramātmā. That is the difference. Okay. And because of this association with the body sense organ complex, this jīvātmā experiences the result of the karmas, whereas the paramātmā, since he is not associated with the body sense organ complex, he is not the experiencer of the results of karmas. How do you know this? Because it is said, jahatyena muktabhogam jonyah. There are two beings. One experiences the karma's results, the other anyo anashtan abhichakashiti, and another one without eating, experiencing the results of karma, just sits there quietly. Oh, he sits there quietly without doing anything. No. He is the one who is the provider of. That is how he says. Bhojitadu paraswata. He is the provider of the experiences. But still he is independent of all these experiences. That is what is the important thing. He does not experience it. He is different from the experience. But wait. Ātmā. What does that mean? Paramātmā, jiva ātmā. Yes. Okay, fine. You understood it. Paramātmā, jiva ātmā, both have ātmā association. Then how can something be superior and something else be inferior? We'll give an example. He gives a beautiful example. He says, okay, there is a teacher and a student, right? The student makes a mistake. The teacher takes a stick and hits the student in his hand, in his palm. Okay. Now, teacher has a stick, student has a stick. Association. Both have stick association with the stick, right? Both the teacher and the student has the association with the stick when the teacher hits the student. Okay, but who undergoes the pain? Though both have association with the stick, only the student undergoes pain. The teacher, though is associated with the stick, does not undergo any pain. Similarly, this self is both associated with the paramātmā and jivatma, is associated with Vishnu as well as the beings. But only the jiva is tainted, is associated with pain, not the Vishnu. Very good. He is giving an escape route for Vishnu. And for us, pūtātmā, yasya pūtātmā, that which is a pure self, that is pūtātmā. Pūta, pavane, from the root word pavane. I'm saying these root words so that you get some of the root words at least in your head. Pavane is the root word. Pavane, that is the root word. Pavana means to purify. So, ātmā, pūtātmā, śruteḥ yasya. That is the idea. Okay, pūta means śruteḥ, pure. So, ātmā yasya, one who has pure self is pūtātmā. And there is another additional interpretation for this word, karmadhārayo. See, this is yasya, is a tatpurusha samasa. There is karmadhārayo samasa. In karmadhārayo samasa, here, one who has, it is pointing out to someone else. Karmadhārayo samasa stays with the same meaning, which is both words have same meaning. Paramascha asau ātmācha. It is both parama and ātmā, as well as ātmā. That is paramātmā. The word like Rameshwara, okay, or my own name, Rama Krishna. So you can interpret it, Ramascha asau Krishnascha. One who is Rama as well as Krishna is Ramakrishna. Or Ramaha Krishna yasya, to whom the Rama is Krishna. Like that you can interpret. Like Rameshwara, they interpret it like that way. Rama Ishvara yasya, Ramasya yaha Ishvaraha, or Ramascha also Ishvara. In these different ways they interpret. Anyway, so that which is pure is the self. How do you know this? Kevalo nirguṇaśca śruteḥ. Shruti says kevalo, non-dual. Kevalo means non-dual. Nirguna means attributeless. So its state of being attributeless and being non-dual is established. Then how will the creation come into existence? Because of the elements association, because of the association with the gunas. Then still there is a problem. It is not pure. For that it says guṇoparāgaḥ śveච්chaya puruṣasya iti kalpyate. See, guṇoparāgaḥ, see, although association with guna is not independent for jiva. We are dependent. That is our nature. But for the Ishvara, it is not natural. He independently, śveච්chaya, because of his independence, he gets associated. He decides to get associated with that elements or with these gunas. still associated, right? That is why he adds one word. Kalpyate, iti kalpyate. This is how we imagine. That's a superimposition. It is not real association. It's a superimposed association. By that kalpyate word, he makes it clear. Okay? Paramascha, next word, paramātmā. Paramātmā is the word. Cha is not the word. Okay? Paramātmā. What is paramātmā? Both Parāśara Bhatta and Bhagavan Bhāśyakara are interpreted as a paramascha asau ātmā. Karmadhārayo samasa. Paramascha asau ātmā chayati. It is superior as well as a ātmā. Okay. Now, paramātmā, paramātmā. Therefore, fourth case will be paramātmane. Okay. Do you want to get it? Okay. Now, Om Paramatmane Namaha. That is the Namavali. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Very good. So here, for this Paramatmane Namaha, Parāśara Bhatta says, okay, so all the beings gain the state of existence, ātmā, because of this Vishnu. Therefore, he is called as a paramātmā. See, only because of this Vishnu, they get the existence, they get the ātmā, not because of anyone else, anything else. Therefore, this is paramātmā. He is paramātmā. But paramātmā means, parama means, what is parama? Paro ma asya. There is none. Ma means none. Paraha means superior. There is none superior than him. Asya, for him. There is none superior for him. That is why he is parama. He is the superior one. Okay? So, paramascha asau ātmā chayati karmadhārayo samasa. He is both superior as well as a supreme as well as the self. Therefore, supreme self. He is not different from Ishvara. That is the idea. Okay. Now, what does Bhagavan Bhāśyakara say here? Paramascha asau ātmā chayati paramātmā. Same karmadhārayo samasa. He is both supreme as well as ātmā. Therefore, he is paramātmā. Meaning, karyakarana vilakshano nityaśuddha-buddhamuktasvabhāvaḥ. He is different from vilakshana means different. Different from what? Karyakarana. Karya means the effect, the creation. Karana means the cause, the primordial cause, the ignorance. Okay. Therefore, he is called as he is different from the cause and effect. He is different from ignorance and its effects. That is why he is Paramatma. But what is that nature? So he says Nitya. Whenever we talk about self, we always use these words. nityaśuddha-buddhamuktasvabhāvaḥ. You can close your eyes. When it starts with Nitya Buddha, we can say nityaśuddha-buddhamuktasvabhāvaḥ. These are the words. In this very order, it will be used in everywhere. nityaśuddha-buddhamuktasvabhāvaḥ. Nitya means kalatraya vadhyatvam. Meaning kalatraya aparichinatam. That which is not limited by all 3 periods of time and that which is not negated by all 3 periods of time is called as a Nitya. Since it is not negated by all 3 periods of time, it is Shuddha because it is not associated with the desire, hatred, etc. defects. Therefore, it is pure, Shuddha. And since it is pure, Buddha means knowledge. Because it is of the nature of Jnana and of bliss, therefore it is Shuddha. Because Sattva is Shuddha, pure. And Jnana is Sattva, pure. Therefore, it is a knowledge and bliss. Okay? Mukta means devoid of the association with ignorance. Swabhava means svabhava. Svabhavo yasya. Svabhavo. Bhava means existence. Satta. So satta yasya sasvabhava. Meaning it is existent on its own. It is not dependent on anything for its existence. Okay, that is the idea. Swabhava. Swabhava means which is independent. Swabhava means independent. Okay. Then muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. All the 3 words refer to one name. Muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Okay, one name this is. Now, muktānāṃ paramā gatiḥ. Paramā gatiḥ, we can understand. Gati means the the state of the state. Gati means the state. Parama means supreme. Muktānāṃ for the liberated. The supreme state for the liberated. Parāśara Bhatta states mukta. What is mukta? Prakriti, etc. He enumerates. And one who is not associated with these is mukta, a liberated one. And the state for him is this. Now, Bhagavan Bhāṣyakara interprets it similar in a similar fashion. Mukta, parama means prakrishta, superior. Gati means the state which he has to gain. The nature which he has to gain. That is parama gati. Now, the fourth case, we are not going to say muktānāṃ paramā gatyai namaha or gataye namaha. No. Gatihi, normally it will be gatye or gataye. But here, gataye we are going to interpret it as but this parama we will have to also decline it. It is not, again, there is, see, muktānāṃ parama gatye or muktānāṃ parama gataye is wrong. Okay, it is also wrong to say muktānāṃ parama gataye namaha, combining it as one word. That is also wrong. So what we have to do is this parama, we have to decline it also. So we have to say muktānāṃ paramayai gataye namaha. Okay, paramayai gataye namaha. O muktānāṃ paramayai gataye namaha. O muktānāṃ paramaye gataye namaha. O muktānāṃ paramaye gataye namaha. That is the declension. That is the namavali. Now, muktānāṃ for the liberated one. What does Parāśara Bhatta say about this? Muktānāṃ. Muktānāṃ, who is liberated? First, he is declining who is liberated. He says, prakriti, bandha, avidya, karma, samskara, ruchi, vishesh, vipakebhyah, avranebhyah, evantateshu. So one who is not aslishtah, vishlishtah, vigataslishtah, one who is not associated, shishta means sambandha, association. One who is not associated with the prakriti, its bondage, avidya, its karma, its samskara, thought imprints, and thought imprints, because of the thought imprints, the interest, ruchi, because of the interest, the result, whether acting in a karma or gaining the result of karma. From these are avranas, these are veilings for you, which prevents you from understanding the nature of God, Ishvara, Vishnu. So that which prevents you from the understanding Vishnu is these. So one who is not associated with this, one who is liberated from this is mukta. So his absolute state, his state which he gains is muktānāṃ paramāya gati. Okay? Now, what Bhagavan Bhāṣyakara says is muktānāṃ for the liberated one. Liberated one means one who is not bound by the ignorance and its effect. Okay, he is liberated. Now, parama means prakrishta, superior. Gatihi, gamyate iti gatihi. That which is gained is gati. From gati, gamalru gatau dhatu. Okay. Now, with that Sriyam thing we'll have, and gati, gataye, like that we'll have. Okay. So, and the Shruti also, Kathopanishad also says, sa, kashtha, sa, para, gatihi, that is the end, that is the limit, and that is the supreme state. Now, what is so great about this? So, he says, punarāvṛttyasambhavāttad-gatasyeti. Bhūtānāṃ paramātmā. So, that state which you gain, after gaining which there is no chance of coming back. Punarāvṛttyasambhavāttad, there is no chance of coming back. Therefore, it is superior state. The state which needs to, because everywhere, whenever you say gati, gaining or achieving, there is always an unsaid idea that it will be lost. Whatever gained will be lost. Whatever born will be dying. Whatever is attained will be lost again. So achieved, attained, gained, whatever word you use, that is going to be lost finally. So here, just because we use the word gati, gaining, does not mean it will be lost. That's the state after gaining which there is no losing it. How do you know this? He says, "Ma upetyetu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate, na sa punarāvṛttyate iti." Twice Shruti says, he will not come back, he will not come back. This is the definitive idea. Okay, so here Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter says, "Mam upetyetu kaunteya." Hey Kunti putra, hey son of Kunti, Kaunteya. Mam upetyetu. Definitely, tu, without doubt, mam upetya, gaining me, punarjanma, rebirth, na vidyate. He will not gain. After gaining me, he will not be reborn again. Okay? And yada sarve pramuchyante gama yasya śruteḥ atha martyo amrto bhavati. And Kathopanishad again says, when all the kamas, all the desire, hatred, etc., which are there in his heart are completely demolished, destroyed, annihilated, then thereafter martyo amrto bhavati. The mortal becomes immortal. Eternal. Okay, so that is what is from from Bhagavad Gita. So we have to remember paramayai gataye, not parama gataye or parama gatyai. Okay. We see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.